Hello, I'm Roman. So today I wanted to share with you what is actually happening with this YouTube channel and with the second one, and a little bit of update of what's going on in my, actually work-life situation. It's been a while since I posted something on this YouTube channel, and I wanted to actually shape a little bit how this channel is going to evolve. And I actually wanted to start to write these kind of updates, vlog stylish videos on this YouTube channel and keep the same style on the second one. The main idea that when I actually started to reflect on what I want to do with the YouTube channels, one of the reasons that I wanted to actually why I started the YouTube channel in the first place is I want to find the people who has the same interest in tech industry, like within the tech industry, around the same topics, around the same ideas, and around the same kind of concepts of what is good and what is not good in terms of the software engineering and, basically all of the things around the tech industry. And one of the points that I want to kind of advocate for and strength for myself as well is to build something until it works and do more things in the public. Okay, so the first thing is actually that the second YouTube channel started from the idea that I wanted to implement the neural networks from the scratch in a Golang, and I have video about this, so I don't want into reasoning of choosing this particular language. But then it kind of evolved in me doing something mostly in the Golang. More or less the language doesn't matter, and after the neural networks from the scratch, I dig into different topics, and right now I almost finished with building the convolutional neural networks from the scratch, so it's based fully on the previous series. I think I have one or two videos left, most likely one video, because in between the videos I still did some coding, and right now I'm in the place where I will just test few different convolutional architectures to solve one specific problem. Then I can share the results. After all of this, I actually want to record a video about building the convolutional networks from the scratch. I will not dig deeper into the theoretical part of this, and I actually want to share more errors that you can face if you will try to implement it from scratch. I mean, not by using Python and some existing deep learning tool like TensorFlow, PyTorch, etc., because if you will take something existing, you will solve the problem, simple problem with the CNN, like in 20, 30 lines of the Python code with the data, and it will take like 1 hour. That wasn't the case. The second one is actually about this YouTube channel, because I started it at first. I wanted to, share the technical knowledge that I have kind of accumulated through years in the tech industry and as a software engineer and engineer manager. But then, as I said before, I realized that I want to push this build publicly attitude more, and I want to do this with different types of the videos. So most likely I will not publish too much of the videos like what is the best programming language for the next year, or like what's the difference between the asynchronous and concurrency, like these two I did in the past. And I think you can find those types of videos a lot on the YouTube, and there are actually people who can explain this way better than me. So I want to start recording these vlog stylish videos about what's going on, for example, what's happening with my career, what challenges that I face, what stuff I'm building outside of the work, because I can share some high level stuff from what I do at work, but as usual you cannot provide, mostly you cannot provide any details because it's a commercial company, but still I can share what is going on. Like I can share the things that personally affect me. Yeah. And the third one is actually what is happening with kind of my personal career in the company where I work right now. It's going to be 3 years next year, in the beginning of the next year. And in general, we build in the vector-based graphic editor tool, and we have a second application which is focused on building the animation, and both of them built on top of the working with the vector graphics. I joined the company to lead a team at first that was focused specifically on the rendering, on the math part of the application, like how do we work with the busy curves, how do we render everything on the screen, and that's an application for Apple platforms only, at least for now. Then we had a reorganization in the company and we switched to the cross-functional teams. So we ended up with the team having both iOS and the graphics. And at some point the company started to build its own cloud. So right now we have all the files sync with our own cloud, meaning that we have our own backend. And some time ago I actually wanted to dive into this topic, but considering all other things, I didn't have, well, it's not like to be fair, I had a chance if I wanted, but I focused on the different things. And recently we had another restructure, and it happened that my team joined 2 backend engineers. So for me, it became like a very good opportunity to actually dive into our backend. The cool thing is, and this is a very cool coincidence, that our backend is written in a Golang. And if you check my second YouTube channel, you already know that I right now learning Go as a side project. And so it ended up, I actually decided to switch for some time and focus fully on our backend and learning how to, how it's structured, and learn actually all of the current technologies around the backend, because I actually have a backend experience. I started as a backend engineer in a fintech. It was a bank. It was a banking area specifically. I worked with the payment cards processing and built stuff like money transfer, integration with the internet banking, integration with actually payment systems like the Visa and MasterCard, and a lot of stuff around this. But it was a long time ago, and it was, for example, before the Docker. Maybe it was actually already existing, but wasn't the standard for the industry. So we used to work with the dedicated servers. I've been thinking, what is the best way for me, apart from talking to the team and understanding what we actually use within the company. I started to read the book that is called System Design. You might be surprised why I decided to go with this, but if you take a look at the content of the book, it actually focused mostly on the backend stuff. Because, for example, you could find the system design interviews for the mobile applications or for the front end. Especially for the mobile, it's very different from what you can see at the system design interview in the backend world. If you take a look at what is described in the book, it's actually very different examples of some popular thing that you could build right now with the backend. For example, one of the recent chapters that I read was to design the chat system, or how to design the database scalability. And for me, given the fact that I have engineering experience and I used to be a backend engineer, it's a very good way to dig into many different examples and actually create a map of things that I need to go deeper and understand more. So after each chapter, I write things I want to study deeper, and that's actually a pretty big list because I almost finished the book. The next book I'm thinking about to read called Understanding the Distributed Systems. If you can suggest something better, I would be very glad. Yeah, but you can imagine that trying to jump into different craft as soon as possible takes a lot of the time and a lot of the effort, and that's one of the reasons why my presence on the YouTube decreased, because I'm trying to spend all of the free time and energy that I have to learn new things. Right now it's more learning of what things I don't know and digging the information. Then this is why, for example, I actually want to have something more backend related on the second channel, because I want to thread all of the things that I learned just as information and the theory with actual practice. So I will have things to do in the real company, on the real production, and having some things like as a side project. Hopefully it will convert into interesting series on the second YouTube channel, and I will actually be share some insights here. But that again, like all of the things combined, it's one of the reasons why I want to switch to this vlog style videos because I will be able to actually share, for example, what things I learned, what problems I face technically, the one that I can share, rather than focusing on another video of how you can prepare for the algorithmic interviews. But again, if you have some different suggestions of what I can read to speed up myself even faster, or not even faster, but I would say better with higher quality of the information that I could get, that would be really helpful. I decided to create a Buy Me a Coffee page. So if you enjoy my content or if you would like to support me, you can visit and you can subscribe, because that will help me to dedicate more time to the YouTube and dedicate more time to the personal project that I can share and we can discuss together. And I will try to get back to my original plan to post one video per week on this channel. Right now it's pretty challenging because of the things I just described before, plus our kids growing a new set of the teeth, which, if you know that time, it's painful for everyone. For the kid it's painful because, well, it's painful, and for us because we don't sleep normally, considering all the things that sometimes I don't have, like really don't have energy to record something, because it will be like this, I will be like very low energy and I will be mumbling very, yeah. Oh, just realized, actually in the parallel I'm trying to record a video about the journey on the YouTube channel, how I started it, what was the motivation, what were the challenges that I faced. This is going to be a really long video. I'm actually right now, I guess I aim to 1 hour because I have around 10 different topics I want to discuss. Some of them are smaller, some of them bigger, so I record them one per time. Right now I recorded 3 out of 10. I actually probably said some things from that video already here. But anyway, so I guess right now that's it. Thank you for watching, and yeah, see you in the next video. Bye bye.